Hello, and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And today we're going to try to make sense of Korean music shows.
Yeah.
I mean, not music shows, award shows.
We've already covered music shows so long ago. Now, in the midst of award season, or as our award season is kicking up by the time this episode airs, we're going to cover all these end-of-the-year award shows.
Yes.
Which are ultimately kind of meaningless.
Yes. That's what I feel like. Yeah. Meaningless in the sense that, like, they're not worth fighting with other fandoms over or bragging about or anything. Like, the awards themselves are pretty meaningless, but the performances and the fashion and the fan cams are what make them all worth it.
Yeah, and they can be very fun because they're big spectacles, and it's like the only time of the year that all of these huge groups are all in the same building at once. And so it's in that sense fun in the way that like the Grammys are fun and the VMAs are fun.
Yeah, I think that's
but
just like what makes award shows fun is the spectacle of it all.
Yeah.
But I guess the point we're trying to get at is that like the awards themselves are just like I said, they're not worth fighting over. And every time of year, this time of year, people are fighting about award shows.
Really riled
and it's not
up.
Worth it.
Yeah. Especially I feel like, I mean, you could make that argument about any award show.
Sure.
Like Oscars.
Oh, yeah. But it's the same. Like, it's just award show season and people are getting worked up over awards.
Mm-hmm. But also I feel like it's very interesting with the Korean music awards because there are so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the US has the country music awards like just for country. And then there's like the VMAs and the Grammys. And then there's also like the American Music Awards and the Billboard Music Awards. Mm-hmm. And it's like the Billboard Music Awards and the AMAs and the VMAs, like those don't mean anything.
Those are just who will show up and perform.
Yeah,
and that's the case with, I feel like, a ton of these as well.
Yeah, I think there's really like one that I would argue
is actually kind of prestigious. I'll see which one you think that is when we get to it, but yeah, but
only a few of them have specific judging criteria, and so that's why I think a lot of them feel so arbitrary. Yes. Is because there isn't a specific judging criteria, so it's like, okay, well, where did you get this list of how did you choose these nominees or whatever? But anyway, let's just get started.
Okay, so we're gonna try to go in order of when these happen throughout the year. Mm-hmm. So August is our first award show of the year.
Yes, this one happens way early.
This is called the Soribada Best K-Music Awards. Mm-hmm. It's only been happening since last year. This is a brand new award show.
Exactly. Brand new award show. It's specifically for K-pop music, and it's run or put on by a company called Soribada, which is a it's a file sharing service similar to Napster.
Yeah.
So it's like
Napster ? What? Like, okay.
Yeah, I read that it was built and opened like as a Napster clone.
Okay.
So it just like is Napster, but for K-pop. So they use the Soribada like internal data of, I guess, how many of these files are being shared, plus online votes, plus ratings from judges and critics. And they do just kind of basic awards. Like they give out a Daseng, like Artist of the Year grand prize to 2 artists. But then they also do Artist of the Year Bonsang, which is like the main, it's like grand prize versus main prize.
Yes. And a lot of these
to all of them
will have
almost.
this. Mm-hmm. And this is what confuses. This is seeing it all laid out while doing this research has like helped a lot because I feel like not caring much about award shows and just like every year vaguely getting pieces of award show information. I was very confused about like, but it seems like 12 people won Artist of the Year. And it's like, they did.
Yeah, but the difference, and this is a difference that's like it's true of many of these awards. So they'll give a Daseng award, which is like the grand prize. And sometimes it's just Artist of the Year. Some others are like Album of the Year and Song of the Year and etc. But those grand prizes are only given to like 1 or 2 artists that are chosen from the like 10 to 12 artists that receive like a Bonsang, which is like I feel like it's really a nomination. Like you kind of, but they get a trophy.
But everyone gets a trophy and a speech and
Yeah. So anyway, so Soribada has like basic categories like Artist of the Year, New Artist, genre specific categories. They also give out awards for music videos and producers, which not everybody does. But I wrote down, because every single award show has like, another reason I think they're bullshit is because they give really repetitive awards. And so for some of them that had like 40 categories or whatever, I wrote down some of the more ridiculous categories. So these are some of my favorites from this award show. Most photogenic.
Okay.
Rising hot star.
Rising hot star.
Music star. Icon.
Music star.
Yeah. So tell me the difference between the Rising Hot Star Award. Keep in mind, they do have a Best New Artist Award.
Right.
They also have a Rising Hot Star, a Music Star, and an Icon Award. The best is probably Trend Queen Award.
Ooh, I like that.
But they also have another like contradictory, repetitive one, Global Entertainment Award and World Social Artist.
Oh.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you find out who will come, and you need to make sure you give them enough trophies, and then you just like make up.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like they give everybody an award.
Yeah, because you bothered to like show up.
Because you bothered to come. So here you go, here's a trophy.
And because to get all cynical about it, it will come up a lot with a different award show later. But, you know, another reason that these things exist at all is because fans go to them and will pay exorbitant ticket prices to go to them. Yeah. So like that is part of it too.
It's all part of the capitalism.
So yeah, this is a brand new award show. I think that's enough.
Moving on.
Soribada Awards.
Next.
What's our next like time range in the year for like what?
End of November.
Okay.
This year was November 28th, and it is the Asian Artist Awards.
So this is put on by a business newspaper called Money Today. And it's also only been going on since 2016. So this is another new award show. And I noticed this year on Twitter, everyone was calling it the AAA Awards because it's Asia Artist Awards.
That's
or whatever.
Yeah, they give out awards so basically every award has two categories. They're kind of like the Emmys because they do TV and film and they do music. So they'll do like a best new artist or something of both TV and film or music. So they give out like two awards for each award has like two categories. But I wrote down, they have 38 different categories that they give awards to.
And they're ridiculous.
They're so stupid. They go Artist of the Year, right? Normal. Fabulous Award, Favorite Award, Focus Award, Brilliant Award. Like they just give out superlatives.
Choice Award.
Yeah, I only wrote down a few.
Legend Award. Popularity Award.
A lot of them have popularity awards.
Trend Award. These are silly. Because I had never heard of this music show before. I mean, I'm going to keep saying music show. Forgive me. This award show, this was the first year that I felt very aware of it because I guess it's, it's new. And
the
enough
only
people
reason
showed
I
up
knew
this
about
year.
it is because Myunghwa posted about it on his Instagram because 17 went.
Right. So like I was seeing a lot about it this year and like Mino went in a wig.
Yeah.
We could talk about that another time. But
introducing a new segment. Is this a wig?
It is.
It is. It's a wig.
But they gave him one of these goofy ass like fabulous. No, it was like fabulous or it was just like one of those like fucking.
Oh, I thought it was something about his acting.
It probably was in the category of the like, but it was just one of, I feel like it was one of those
like adjectives.
Brilliant. He won the Brilliant Award.
I love it.
So he is brilliant.
He is brilliant.
But like
well deserved.
This stuff is silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, AAA awards, they give out a lot of awards and a lot of people show up to them. I feel like there were a couple performances this year, just like, a couple award show performances.
I don't know. I think I only watched the 17 one. Because that's the kind of person I am.
Right.
Also, I just have to put a little asterisk. I fairly recently learned that Minghao pronounces his name Myungho. So just if anyone was wondering who I was just talking about just now, the 8, his real name is Myungho. And it broke my heart that I'd been saying it wrong for so long. And also that now my fan pun shirt doesn't really work. But it's okay. I still love you, Myungho.
I still I don't know. That's
how he says it. And in a recent episode of Going 17, that's how Jonghan said it.
Does he say it when he's like that when he's speaking Chinese, or does he say it like that when he's speaking Korean?
I thought so. He said it himself, right?
Right.
And then Jonghan said Myungho when they were like hanging out and Going 17, like on vacation.
Interesting.
So I wonder if Minghao is like the Koreanization of it.
But you could make Myungho with Korean very easily.
I know. Couldn't you make Minghao too?
Yeah.
I don't know. The mystery continues. This has been a saga that has been like privately bothering me for a really long time. Shannon and I have talked about it a lot off mic.
Yeah. So if y'all have any insight.
I've never brought it up, but I've been trying to do a lot of research into figuring out exactly how it's pronounced. And so far my conclusion is Myungho.
Okay.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
We were talking about the AAA awards and how this year we saw the 17 performance. They did like a very emotional version of Thanks, and they like played some videos of like Carrots being like, 17,
oh my God. And of all of the members crying. And that's when I texted Shannon and I was like, oh my God, Thanks only came out this year. Because they did Thanks and they did Oh My. And I was like, those two songs came out in the same year. It's been a long year. Anyway, next up in beginning of December, so after.
It literally just happened to give us away last night.
Yes, December 1st.
Yeah.
Melon Music Awards, as to when we are recording this, was last night. This is an award show that's presented by Kakao M, which is their online music store, Melon. The first one was in December 2009, and they do have specific judging criteria because they are like, it's basically like if iTunes had an award show.
We've brought up Melon and how important its charts and stuff are to the industry. So this is like their, I feel like, a Spotify, Apple Music or Spotify awards is kind of like that.
So they do, for their like of the year awards, they do 20% online voting. 60% is based on sales and digital downloads, and 20% is based on like a group of judges. And then for the genre specific awards, they do 30% online voting, 40% sales, and 30% judges. So it's slightly different. So the like best artist or album, song, record of the year awards, those are mostly based off of the sales.
Okay. Interesting. But we got like, these seem like more understandable award categories. Artist of the year, album of the year, song of the year. And then they do like a top 10 artists, like Bonsang, like 10 people get recognized every year. And then like new artists. And then they do genres. Rap art, a ballad, a OST, rock, whatever. Yeah. So it seems like a more actually like this is a music award show for music awards.
Yeah, this one to me seems the most legitimate in that it's like based in fact and like percentages. And it is like they don't give you weird superlative awards. They do a popularity award, but for the most part, it's just like pretty standard stuff.
And it says on here that the popularity award is 60% online votes. So like it is a popularity award.
Yeah. It is like they took a poll to see like who was most popular. But yeah. I like that they do the top 10. I think that's interesting. And I guess since this just happened, I can tell you who won this year. Artist of the year was BTS. Album of the year was BTS, Love Yourself, Tear. Song of the year was Icon, Love Scenario. Record of the year was 101, 0 + 1 = 1. And then their top 10 for 2018 were Icon, Bubblegum 4, BTS, B2B, Blackpink, Mamamoo, 101, EXO, which has been on their top 10 list since 2013, Twice, and A-Pink.
Nice. Yeah, looking at this, there's like, it's fun when the award shows have the first couple we've talked about haven't existed long, but ones have been around for a while when they have like good charts on their Wikipedias. It's really fun to see like there's a column of Beast, there's a column of IU, there's a column of Sistar, like these groups that like got recognized every year.
Every single year.
It's very interesting. And also, I feel like in a lot of the award shows, if you go through the like albums and songs of the year, like the last 4 years was EXO and now it's been BTS ever since. It's just fun to like look at the streaks of how it all goes.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
But
apparently I read at the Mellow Music Awards this year, BTS beat out. So for the last several years, EXO has been the artist of the year.
Right.
And BTS beat them by a margin of 1%.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was really, really close.
But yeah, there's like, this is a show that has big performances on it. Mm-hmm. Like definitely like a bit of a spectacle, but it's not the most spectacle show.
No, the most.
Everyone saves it for the next. Should we just move to the next one on our list?
Yeah, because it comes up next chronologically.
And that's the Mama Awards.
Yeah. And so by the time this episode airs, it will be this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. It will be this week. So in 2018, the Mama Awards will run from December 10th to December 14th. It's a 4-day extravaganza.
It used to not be like this. So this is a very interesting show. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're
going to
spend a minute like talking about this.
So so Mama stands for the Mnet Asian Music Awards. They're put on by CJ&M, which is like a massive corporation. Yeah. They started in 1999, like specifically as a like MTV VMA equivalent. Like they wanted to have music video awards. So
and
it
they
was
were called
the Mnet Music Video Festival until 2009.
Yeah.
But then since 2010, they've held it outside of Korea. And for the last 2 years, they've had it be a multi-day experience because of ticket sales.
The Mamas are the most ridiculous and eye-rolling for me because they have, in 2017, it was 4 nights that happened in Vietnam, Japan, and Hong Kong. And then in this year, 2018, it'll be 3 nights happening in South Korea, Japan, and Hong Kong. And that, to me, like, honestly, it feels rude because you're going to force these artists to go and travel so much for these stupid fucking award shows. You're going to make it a 3-night event. Do they have to go to all 3 nights? Like, they have other shit to do. Their schedules are so busy.
Yeah.
How dare you? Who do you think you are, mamas?
I don't know.
Who do you think you are?
They know exactly who they are, but like I don't know if everybody does go to every night now because maybe that's the point too, is that they can sell even more tickets and have even more groups if they're just like
if they have
spreading it all
this
out.
Night these people are going, and at this
that's
night,
what's happening this year,
Yeah.
and they're like putting BTS on the last night and like making a big thing of it.
So it's almost more like a music festival than it is a music award show, and this really is like. I said festival, but the Mamas are more of a fiasco.
Yeah, like they have in just crankiness from companies. Like SM boycotted the Mamas in 2009 because Girls' Generation had like the number one song like literally everywhere, and they never won on M Countdown, like not even one time. So they were like, this is like purpose, like this is shady. There's no way they could have the number 1 song in the country and not win your award shows. So we're not coming this year. No SM artists are coming this year.
Yeah, there's actually 3 separate voting controversies that they've had. The first one was in 2007 when 2 members of Shinhwa canceled their appearance an hour before the show started because they distrusted the show to fairly select the winners. That was their official statement. Then in 2009, SM and a smaller company called Inwoo Productions both boycotted it because Girls' Generation had the number 1 for 9 weeks, and they also cited a poll that Mnet used that charged you had to pay in order to vote, and they were like, this isn't right, like that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then recently, last year in 2017, fans used bots in order to vote online. And so like all of the voting numbers were totally skewed, and Mnet had to stop the online voting and like basically do a recount.
I remember last year being such a effing shit show. And YG has like officially boycotted the Mamas for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
For saying like, this is shady, dumb business. And like, my artists don't need to come to these.
Yeah. But the Mamas usually have, and they do similarly, like they give out the 4 grand prizes are like the Dasings, and they do album, song, artist, and worldwide icon of the year. And those Dasings are chosen from like the other competitive, group awards, etc., which they have 10 of, like best female and male idol, best artist, best group, best new artist, best dance, rap, band, and vocal performances, best collaborations. But there Is it the Mamas that does the random numbers of people? Oh no, that's the Golden Discs.
We'll get there.
Never mind.
But I think the only the reason that the Mamas still like continue to be important is that they have like massive, insane stages. Like all the craziest like award show favorite moments when we were doing research for this episode, like the majority of everything happens at the Mamas. Like that's what people save it for.
Yeah. Really, like we've talked about, like shocking performances,
Troublemaker, Kissed, and
yeah. So usually all of the like notable performances and collaborations, and like back, I don't know how many episodes ago when we were talking about all the times that like Big Bang and Wonder Girl collaborated, that was basically born for and from the Mamas, like all the big fun collabs happen at the Mamas. And we'll come back to this and talk about favorite award show performances once we get through them all. But yeah, that's the Mamas. They're like a big, controversial, annoying deal. I feel like every year they get more dramatic, and I'm waiting for them to eventually like have to disappear or rebrand or like no one comes and I don't know. But every year it seems to get worse with how ridiculous it is. Yeah.
So next in the year does this happen at the like technically when do the Golden Discs happen?
So the Golden Discs, so the last two award shows we're going to talk about happen in January. Okay. So the awards that they give are for the previous year. So this year, all music that came out between like February and December of 2018 will be awarded between January 5th to the 6th of 2019. So these haven't happened yet. These are the Golden Discs.
And this is like the oldest and quote unquote most legit.
Yeah, this is the one that I consider to be the most legitimate.
It's put on by Ilsan Sports, which is like a tabloid, but it's been happening since 1986.
Yeah.
It used to be called the Korea Visual and Record Grand Prize Award until 2001, and then it became the Golden Disc Awards.
Yeah. And they do music, so they do all kinds of genres. It's not just K-pop. Like some of these awards are specifically for K-pop, but this one gives songs for like all different genres. They do the same thing. They do like a dasang for the album and digital song of the year, and then they do like bonsang, like main prizes, which are given to multiple artists, but for very each
randomly.
Category.
Yeah, where the last couple we talked about, they had like 10. We do 10. Mm-hmm. This is like sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 7.
It's totally arbitrary. There's no specific number. Like for album, this year they gave 11, but last year they gave 10. For a digital song, this year this year, 2018. They did 11, and then 2017 they did 10, and then the next year they did 11 and 9. Like 2014 they gave away 8 versus 7. Like it's very arbitrary.
Yeah, and the same for their like digital song category and rookie awards. Like random, random.
They just like pull names out of a hat and they're like, yeah, those stuck to the wall. Let's give them there.
Yeah. And then same with like the popularity award. Like in 2015, Beast, Girls' Generation, Taemin, and Two Heart all won the popularity award. And then the next year, SHINee. Next year, SHINee. Next year, EXO. So they like went from picking 4 people to then just only picking one. This is so very weird. Yeah. All of these award shows are silly.
But anyway, those will be coming up. And I'm interested. The 2018's been a really great year for music, so I am interested to see who goes home with what. Maybe they'll just give everybody an award.
Yeah, you never know. So then the last one is technically the Seoul Music Awards, which is also quite old.
Yeah, from 1990.
Since 1990, also put on by a tabloid.
This one, this coming year, will air on January 15th, 2019. They do a dasang, just one artist of the year. They give it to one person out of 12 artists, and then they do the Bonsang Award, which is like up to 12 artists. They do record of the year, single of the year, new artist, best performance. They do genre specific awards, and then their popularity award is also based on online voting.
Yeah. And then
And that's it.
That's it. Those are the award shows that we're working with. And the award part is dumb. So I want to talk about the parts that are good. And the parts that are good are A, red carpet fashion.
Yes. Always fun to see a red carpet.
Yeah, like so far this year, the red carpets from the AAAs were great. Loved it. I loved it. And everybody, it was fun because I've always loved award show red carpets. Like
they're the best part about award shows. Yeah, in my opinion.
That's what I watch every year, like Oscars or whatever. Like sit down with Ryan Seacrest for like 6 hours and just watch red carpet footage. And now you can just watch red carpet footage on V Live, and it's exactly the same. And then insane performances. Like, that's the best part of award shows. It's just like...
Also, actually, I would, before we talk about insane performances, I would say that one of the best things about award shows are the reaction cams.
That was my third thing in the list. I should have just reordered it that we could talk about performances last. But yes, fan cams. Yeah. Like we said, fans go to these things, and then there are just like 20 billion zillion videos of like, watch 17, watch Red Velvet, or like watch like,
because during all of these performances, basically like in the audience, you have the first the first layer, I guess, of the audience would be fans in like the standing room, like right up close to the stage. And then you have all these different tables where all of the groups sit and watch.
And some
the
of them are
show.
Tables, and some are like weird benches.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the award show, how they like display the idols.
Yeah. But the cameras, the like official cameras will turn to the idols in the audience to like see how they're reacting. But also you'll have like other like fan held cameras that are just like, they just watch EXO the entire time. And so you can watch like the entire Mama performance, like, but only watching EXO in the audience the whole time, if that's something you wanted to do. And that can have some really funny reaction cameras. Like, that's where you see like Monsta X and 17 like really rooting for each other in a very cute way. That's where you have like EXO and Big Bang's reaction to Troublemaker, which we brought up when we talked about Troublemaker. G-Dragon like dies over the Troublemaker kiss.
There's my EXO video that I really love, where one of the members was performing in a special stage, and then like Chanyeol and Baekhyun are like pretending, like run up to the stage and are like, oh, like being very,
but they're like being fans.
But a camera on a track is like speeding towards them, and Suho, like literally, like their father has to like intercept them and push them out of the way.
And they're not even paying attention. They just like they don't even recognize that he's saving their life.
You can also like lots of videos of people flipping water bottle. Like, I don't know, people just film them the whole time.
Yeah, and some of them like they're there for a really long time and they get really bored. Like EXO always builds like water bottle towers, and then it's usually Kyungsoo that just like pulls one from the bottom and knocks them all over.
Right,
Suho's
and then
Red Velvet fanboy is at his best at award shows.
Oh my god, people's groups fanboying and fangirling over each other is like the best part of fan cams. But I also hate how often they then start like fights and fan fights and whatever, like they weren't paying attention, like they didn't clap too hard, or like blah blah blah. I don't know. Yeah. People getting, she didn't stand up and bow, like people getting very, very cranky because you can see every single moment. So like that's not always so fun. But I also love how often those reaction videos are brought up in people's shipping theory videos.
Oh yeah.
Like when people have shipping theories, they're like, let's watch in slow motion 4 times when she walked past him to accept her award at the award show. And it's usually like nothing, but it's like really funny.
They blow it up, which it brings me to my next thing that I was going to bring up, which is mean cameramen that can play into that.
Ah, yes.
There was like, you brought it up, I think maybe when we were talking about our dating scandals, and we were talking about Baekhyun and Taeyeon, and how like there was some like especially after the controversies like really blew up of it, like very, very awkward cuts and moments of like her walking by or like being on stage and him having to like not bowing when everybody else bows because he's like so uncomfortable, and that's really awkward. But I also found a really funny video of when Tiffany from Girls' Generation and Kun from 2PM were rumored to be dating, and Tae-So won an award. The cameraman deliberately kept cutting to Kun's face.
Yeah.
And he was like, the look on his face when he like saw that his face was on the camera was just like, so exasperated. And they did it so many times. So the cameras also like play it up, which I think is another reason why the mamas are bullshit, because they're just stirring up controversy for the sake of
I saw one this morning.
trouble.
It did make me laugh, though. I saw one this morning from the Mellon Awards last night. That was the trot singer. Why can't I think of her name? The cute winking trot singer, Hong Jin Young. Mm-hmm. She was performing, and they cut to the little one, the youngest one in BTS. Oh, God damn it.
Can't help you.
You guys know who I'm talking about. They cut to him because he was like hard eye, open mouth staring, and then he like realizes he got caught, and it was like very like stuff like that is so funny.
Yeah, a lot of those, like if you fall into one of those like fan made video compilations of like moments I think about a lot, or like K-pop videos that make me happy or whatever, a lot of those compilations are made up of reaction videos from these award shows.
Yeah. Doesn't Chanyeol have like an award show, like a famous award show face? Like if he gets caught on the camera, doesn't he like always, like there's multiple videos of him like,
oh, I don't know.
Not aware of this. Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the videos that I've seen of him from award shows, he seems pretty like, he doesn't seem to pay that much attention to the cameras. It's fucking music. Oh, maybe the ones I saw, he like didn't notice the camera. Stop it.
Did he just realize he's not supposed to touch his face because of his
maybe
makeup or something?
He like went to touch his face.
Hands were so weird.
Ugh. How long is this video?
1 minute. You can
1
make
minute of torture.
He's just being shy. It's just the camera catches him at award shows and he goes, "Ugh," and he looks shy. I knew it was a thing. I knew it was a thing. But segging into performances, another thing that's fun about idols being there and being close in the audience is that sometimes they get like involved in people's performances.
Yeah.
Like that one video, it's Seungri from Big Bang sitting on
Sehun's lap. Yeah. And there's a lot of fun ones with Mamamoo, and there's one where they get like really close to EXO. There's another where they interact with 17. Yeah.
Taeyong pulled like Dara up on stage once and like kissed her on the cheek.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's always fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. So, favorite, funnest, bestest award show performances, or just talking about them in general or whatever. I mean, like, just to start out, like most mama performances are 12, 13, 14 minutes long.
Yeah, they're really long.
It's like I wanted to watch more award show performances for this show so that we could like talk about some, but they're all so goddamn long. They're such spectacles that they take forever to watch.
I only watched a few, but I did write down, I looked up a bunch of different like lists that like all K-pop or Soompi or like other websites have put together of generally agreed upon like best performances throughout the years, and I came up with a list of 10 that are like combined from a few different lists. So in no particular order, these are performances that either like I watched and I agreed, or they were on multiple lists.
Okay.
So on every list was 2013's EXO performance of Growl and Beauty and the Beast. There was also 2014's performance of GD and Taeyong. They did both Good Boy and Fantastic Baby. People love that one because Taeyong rips his shirt off. 2015, CL went on the Mamas and performed Hello Bitches, and then gave a surprise reunion performance of all of the members of 2NE1, and they did Fire and I Am the Best. The audience in that performance is so loud.
Yeah. People were going nuts.
They lost it. Then we have so 3 different performances from 2016. Mamas, I guess this was like a big deal, a great show that year. They had Timeen, who did a performance of Guess Who, Soldier, and Sayonara Hitsuri, and he was wearing like a cummerbund and like a matador jacket with no shirt on, and he's like, he looks like a Ken doll. He's very ripped in that tiny Timeen way. BTS did Boy Meets Evil Parts 1 and 2, which was on multiple lists as being a great performance from 2016. Also, we just watched this 2016 17 and G-Friend do a very long medley and like collab, which is super adorable.
Like a bunch of their songs. Very cute. Very cute.
2017, Boa and Minhyun from 101 do a redo of Her Only One, which is supposed to be very good. She always performs that with different boys, and it's
I know.
So fun.
I love like all the boys who have gotten to do Only One. It's just like so funny to me. I love it.
101 also was credited that same year, 2017. I think they opened the show.
Okay.
And so they do like an intro, and then they do their song Energetic, which was hailed.
Loved that song.
Yeah, and apparently
I
that
thought
performance
Hyuna
was great.
opened the award, the Mamas last year.
The 2017?
Yeah.
It's possible. I only say that I only thought that maybe they opened it because I think the video said an intro plus Energetic. But maybe it was an intro to 101,
but maybe
and not an intro
and maybe
to the
I'm
show.
wrong too. Because I was just thinking I love Hyuna's performance from last year. But finish your list. And then I'll talk about it.
Two more things on the list. One, 2008, way back in 2008, Hyori and Big Bang did a performance, and I didn't write it down.
Top kissed her.
Yeah.
On the mouth.
Yeah. I think
crazy.
She kisses him.
No, he did it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It like looks like he's going in for a forehead kiss, and then he kisses her on the mouth, and everybody went nuts. And he looks 12. Like, I couldn't believe how young he looked in the video. I was like very upset at how young he looked.
That's not the caption I read. It was Hyori kisses Big Bang member, but
because the women are always to blame, don't you know?
Yeah, true. But some big balls on that one to do it so young to Hyori. Anyway, last one, 2007. Battle of the Princesses was a dance battle between rookie girl groups, Girls' Generation, and Wonder Girls, as well as Kara and Black Pearl. Has a very long performance, but it is on many lists as being one of the best.
There you go. We also watched today from 2015. It was like a rookie boy collab where they did like GOT7 and BTS versus Monsta X and 17.
Yep.
And like we noticed is that a lot of these performances, like the intro part, the dance break part in between the remix of their song they're doing at the award show is always just like loud, shitty techno.
Yeah, it's just like
no one ever dances to anything fun in the middle.
No, it's just loud techno noise, and it's terrible. And that's been true for years and years and years. Like, it's terrible. I hate techno music.
Yeah, but last year
it has no melody.
Last year at the that's why I wasn't the Hyuna thing. It was the Melon Music Awards that I think she opened last year. Anyway, it was great because she came out. She did Lip and Hip, and she came out on a Hummer, like a Hummer drove on the stage, and all of her boys in their onesie pajamas were there,
oh my God.
And she's wearing like this crazy green backless thing, and she's braless. And at the end, she like walks up to the thing, and they like zoom in for the last, and she like bumps her boobs, and then she smears all her fucking lipstick at the end. It's the greatest. But what? Oh, and then was it last year? I'll look up the year. When Taemin and Sunmi did Move Gashina.
They did Move and Gashina. That was so great. It was not nearly long enough. They didn't do the whole performance of either.
But they did it sort of a little bit, like just for a couple moments, a couple really great moments. That was a really
they did like a few great moments of both songs. I'm actually gonna look. I'm gonna like flip back through my notes to find my collab episode that we did.
Was there? Because do you think there was?
Because I think a lot of them I wrote down were Troublemaker at the 2011 and the 2013 Mamas.
Kissed both times. the first time, all the articles I saw bringing that up were like, the first time was shocking and everyone couldn't believe it. And then the second time, it was like it was expected.
Yeah.
Like, if they hadn't done it, then everyone would have been like,
why didn't they give?
I'm trying to find some like more. Oh, we've done one we've talked about before. I can't remember the context of it at all anymore. But last year is when Taeyong and the dangerous faced NCT and Seolgi, and he had that green hair, and they did that like cool, sexy dance, but like they didn't touch.
They didn't touch at all.
They didn't touch.
I was surprised in the 17 and GFriend collaboration that they do touch several times.
They actually did.
Yeah. See, guys, it can happen. Maybe it's because they both have such an innocent
vibe. So like, I mean, and the whole thing was like they were in like skirts and the boys were like giving them like flowers. And, it was very innocent and sweet. So an arm around the shoulder or a hand in holding and something like that, I feel like works. It's a little different.
They do like a little lean and lift.
They like lean on the boys like bend over and they like lean on their backs.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But the whole stage was called like Girls Meet Boys Next Door. Girls Next Door Meet Boys Next Door or something. So it was supposed to be very, very innocent and flowery.
Mm-hmm. But that's basically what you need to know about Korean award shows for what's left of award show season.
Yeah. Ultimately, what I want you to take away from this is award shows don't matter.
Yeah, they don't really matter. So just enjoy those performances and the fan cams and don't fight with anybody about them because it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Just take the cute little red carpet footage is what it is and move on.
And move on. All right. On that note, we'll be right back with our random game. Okay, we're back. And we have like the newest group we've ever gotten. The random number generator picked like the last number. So
yeah, and they only have one song out. But they're called WJMK or Wuju Miki, which is a 4-member special project and subunit of both two members of Cosmic Girls and 2 members of Wiki Miki. So it's a collab from Starship Entertainment and Fantagio Music.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, there's like nothing else to say, like history or whatever wise. The members from Cosmic Girls are Sola and Luda, and the girls from Wiki Miki are Yoojung and Doyeon.
And they're the IOI girls.
Yeah. IOI girls. So, I just think we should just watch this thing and see what happens.
Because their Wikipedia page is like 2 sentences long. So we're going to watch their music video for Strong.
Yeah, here we go. Oh my God, was there like a killer? Oh, there's a killer outside of the window.
What?
Okay. So they're like, there's an apartment and there's a killer outside of the window. And Yoojung is like watching TV and not paying attention.
And like hiding in the couch.
And then there's another set where they're dancing in front of a blue wall. Okay.
They're like hiding in weird, obvious places in their house. Oh my God, I love this. This is cute. The song is catchy. The dance is really precious.
It's a very, very colorful video. I'm not sure. Somebody just disappeared. Like they raptured and their clothes were like, their clothes are getting left. Oh, because is she invisible?
Oh, no, I think somebody is a ghost.
Did the killer actually kill one of them and they're a ghost now?
Maybe. Yeah, this whole video is kind of like an extended hide and seek game between the 4 girls. But it's very cute and slapstick.
Oh, weird. Doyeon's hiding like in a coat that's hung up still, so it like looks very creepy.
Okay, now they're on a roller coaster green screen. This is very weird.
Oh, there was a gag where it looked like Joanne had blood on her mouth, but it was just ketchup, guys. So, like, there's like a lighthearted murder.
Oh, this is a Pepsi ad.
Yeah. It's fully a Pepsi ad, guys. That's why the colors are what they are. Oh, someone just crawled out of the TV and they're bored of it. Ghosts. Bent neck lady. What is happening?
I told you they were ghosts.
I don't know what to make of this. It's fun, but this video is so perplexing to me.
Yeah, it's very weird, but I like the little ooh, 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 ooh.
What? Wait, she was like screaming about the ghost, but now, oh, it's like they all have a creepy counterpart.
Ghost. Yeah.
But they're like smiling so brilliant. The ghost are nice. Oh, and now the Pepsi. She's like dousing the ghost with the Pepsi. Oh, the Pepsi weakened
They're beating up the ghost because they defeated it with Pepsi.
That was so many things.
That was wild.
Sorry, didn't mean to pause infinitely. I was gonna.
That was that, and that was wild.
No. It like literally took my breath. Yeah, that was something.
That was that.
That was something, but it reminds me, I like feel like when we did our like special projects, weird groups episode, there was a lot of like, huh.
Yes, totally. And I feel like a trend with those special project like intergroup collaborations were over the top zany music videos. So this totally fits in.
It fits.
That.
All right.
But yeah, that was that.
There you go. Recommendations for the week.
You can go first.
Okay. So earlier in the episode, you brought up the EXO Beauty and the Beast in quotes performance at Mama 2013. It's this very long, like 12-minute thing where like Luhan is like the star of it and all of EXO's like tied up and then they like break their chains and and they sing Growl and then there's like a long crazy dance break, techno dance break. It goes on forever. And then they do Wolf and then like there's a dream ballet. It's just like endless. Mm-hmm. But what I want to recommend is specifically like the first 40 seconds of a fan cam of SHINee watching that performance.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. They look like SHINee looks so spectacular. It's like I feel like every other group should have just like gone home. Like they all look so good. Like Jonghyun has like white hair and crazy eyeliner, and I feel like he's wearing his like coat like a cape. Like it's not like
it's the Everybody era, right? So
yes, and
like
he
very
also has
severe and like rhinestones in their eyes.
Everybody's very severe, very makeup-y, very fashiony, and they're in the like front row.
Yeah.
But when EXO is doing Wolf, it's the one where they all do. They do the like clappy, like rain your fingers down choreography. Like all of SHINee's doing it. And it's every time it makes me laugh. It's so fucking funny. And it's like the first 40 seconds of the fan game of that. And so that's specifically my recommendation.
That's great. In that case, I have multiple recommendations.
Okay.
And my first recommendation is a video of I believe it's from that same year, but let me look it up just to make sure. SHINee's 2013 reaction to getting, I think it was their Mama Dasang award when they cry on stage and they like hug each other and it's so beautiful. That's a very beautiful award show moment to watch just because it's very touching and their reaction's very genuine. But it's not the recommendation that I'd planned for today because the day that this episode airs. So I'm recommending two things that I have not heard yet.
Okay.
But I'm recommending them in good faith.
Okay.
The first is Onew's solo album, Boise.
Or Voice, if you are looking for it
either one.
On an app.
that comes out on December 5th. So from where I am here in the past in the recording studio, I haven't heard it yet, but by the time this episode comes out, it will have come out already. It is also a full-length album. I think there's at least 7 tracks on it. And I'm just very excited to hear what it is. I think it will probably have like an R&B groove, like soul to it. And I'm just very excited because his voice is beautiful. I'm also, my next recommendation is more of a plea to just like go and support it. I don't know what it will be, but my baby June from 17 is going to release a solo single on December 14th. And I just want everybody to buy it because he deserves to be successful and he never gets singing lines in 17. And he like just recently over the summer developed his confidence in his own singing with that terrible Chinese show. And just everyone go out and buy a song blindly, please. Thank you.
Okay. That's a good recommendation. I like a nice plea. Yeah. So that is that. I guess I will also say from here in the past that like when this episode comes out, that our dear Jinky will have gone to the military. So be well.
Good luck.
We'll see you in 2 years.
We'll miss you, sweet Jinky. Be good.
Yeah, be good. Please be good so we can see you soon. All right. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can find us at AMAK K-Pop Pod on Twitter and Instagram. AMAKpoppod.tumblr.com is where we have all of our links. And AMAKpoppod@gmail.com if you would like to send us an email.
And next week, we will be doing a very special tribute to our dear Kim Chun-hyung. So stay tuned for that.
Yes. And we will see you then. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Chungyeon, you're our inspiration.